Harry like a chess. Spotify embroils Duke in Meghan's podcast to seek profit by dirty contents. Spotify officials believe Duke of Sussex Prince Harry could attract more money with his controversial content in Meghan Markle's podcast. According to reports, the industry leader in audio streaming is exploring options for Harry to participate in his wife's podcast. Only the first episode of Archetypes, where he shared a cameo with Serena Williams, has included the father of Archie and Lilibet. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex signed a multi-million deal with the streamer to release original content under Archewell Audio in 2020. They have so far only released one program, the Archetypes podcast hosted by the Duchess, which is now in its fourth episode. The first two episodes made headlines after Meghan Markle recalled her experiences as a working royal. Her revelations had royal watchers intrigued and critics raising eyebrows. Now, bosses over at Spotify allegedly want more of the same content in future episodes. Royal expert Neil Sean, citing a very good source, he claimed on his YouTube channel, Spotify and the production team would like to see more of their money. Sean said, and when I say money, what I really mean is we want to see Prince Harry. They're looking now for more involvement from Prince Harry, as they believe he really is the money person. Sean claimed that the Duke of Sussex is the only one that can get headlines because if he has a thought or says something, perhaps something rather controversial, it will get headlines, and they hope that more people will tune into Spotify. So much so that they want Prince Harry involved because they feel that he can bring in more listeners. He can reportedly help Spotify with ratings, clicks, eyeballs. You gotta get those eyeballs. Sean thinks that if the Duchess of Sussex does not bring in Prince Harry to her podcast, when contract negotiations come around next time, then she could find that people aren't wild about her. In her first Archetypes Spotify podcast, Meghan Markle lamented the fact that she and Prince Harry had to do one final engagement in South Africa, just moments after Archie's nursery caught fire. Jesus. They were not allowed to counsel so they could be with their child. Then, in the second episode, she admitted that she only knew what it felt like to be treated as a black woman after she married into the royal family. The Duchess of Sussex's latest Archetypes episode, the second to be released since the Queen's death, came out on Tuesday night and began with a trigger warning. In the new episode of Archetypes, the Duchess of Sussex discusses visiting a nude spa with her mother as a teenager and racist stereotypes concerning Asian women. She was joined on the podcast by journalist Lisa Ling and comedian Margaret Cho. It's a very humbling experience for a girl going through puberty because you enter a room with women from ages 9 to maybe 90, all walking around naked and waiting to get a body scrub on one of those tables that are all lined up in a row. All I wanted was a bathing suit. Once I was over that adolescent embarrassment, my mum and I, we would go upstairs, we would sit in a room, and we would have a steaming bowl of the most delicious noodles. Meghan also criticised Austin Powers in Quentin Tarantino movie Kill Bill for portraying Asian women as over-sexualized or aggressive. The Duchess of Sussex, 41, urged anyone to tune out if they found the debate too heavy. Meghan Markle's podcast Archetypes debuted in the number one slot when the first episode was released last month. After a brief hiatus following the Queen's death, the Duchess is now in fourth place. Now, American TV star Kim Kardashian's new crime podcast has beaten Meghan Markle to the number one spot on Spotify's charts.